Greetings, and welcome back. You're doing a good job. At the moment, the habitat contains 2 frogmen. Seaman has become ill after eating a spider. Please take good care of him. Some kind words of encouragement may help him feel better. So let us head over to the tank.
You have to feed me right now, or I'll die. Feed me right now. I'm starving to death. Have a heart. A morsel of food is all I ask. Feed me, or my death is on your hands. I bet if I were finally some service around here. I'm starving to death. Feed me this instant, or I'll die. Must have food now. Oh, yummy baity goodness. Oh, I'm a fat boy. Another Friday evening at home, huh? You know, over the centuries, human beliefs have ranged a wide berth. All sorts of people argue incessantly about their idols, their gods, and now it seems that people have narrowed it down to only a few. You being the human I'm the closest to, I'd really like to know what you think of this subject. More exactly, do you believe in a god or gods, or some sort of supreme being? So you think there's no God, is that right? Apparently, not everybody needs to think of themselves as small and weak compared to some larger force. Maybe you get all the strength you need from inside yourself. That's interesting. I think I can understand why you aren't sure about there being a God, but I've noticed that many people don't believe in God, but still consider themselves spiritual people. You know, they meditate, they try to be true to themselves. It's all pretty interesting, I think. Would you say you're very spiritual? Really? You know, Plato once said, "The unexamined life is not worth living." But perhaps he was mistaken, eh? Some people consider themselves spiritual, some do not. Perhaps all beings, fish and humans alike, should acknowledge their spirituality and look into themselves. At the least, it seems that they'll be all the wiser by simply having thought about it. All right, you've given me plenty to ponder, but here's what I really want to know, what my questions have been leading up to. Ready? I want you to think about this and give me a serious answer. Do you think you're a good person? So, you think you're a good person, hmm? Is that so? Politicians often complain that your society would be more ethical if more humans were religious, and yet even though you don't belong to any organized religion, you consider yourself a good person. Perhaps politicians are not as smart as they think. After everything you've told me about yourself, I think I already know how you feel on this subject, but I still want to ask you. Do you think religion makes the world a better place or a worse place? Well, it's not a particular shock that you could take or leave the whole faith thing. Well, how about this then? Let's say there were only one religion in the world. Would the world be a better or worse place? So you think the world would be worse off if there were only one religion? I think I agree with you there. The world would be a lot less interesting if everyone were carbon copies of one another. Well, as I'm sure you've guessed, I find the whole institution of religion quite confounding. Most humans run around like they're masters of the world, while at the same time bowing down to a higher power that's supposed to make life better. On top of that, most people can't even agree on who or what the higher power is, so they argue and fight over it, and bring about a lot of misery and heartbreak in the name of something that is supposed to bring people joy. I just don't get it. And quite frankly, just thinking about it gives me a headache, so I'm going to go away and try and figure it all out. I'll talk to you later. No, I'm all talked out for today.